lucky. What do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G. But keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like GMG. With all the news and real point of views you can use. Light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning gang, be the issue. And take your friends and them can and all come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snacks and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps, Lord have mercy, I had a technical difficulty. Ladies and gentlemen, threw me all the way off. But I indeed, y'all know what it is. It's Big Phil Speaks. It's the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, brought to you by myself and that good GMG, Good Morning Gang. Listen, huh? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? It's a wonderful day. It's Friday. Friday. Some of y'all just got paid. Yeah. And then hopefully you're feeling good. Some of y'all got paid yesterday. Some of y'all got paid the day before that. Shout out to all of y'all. But guess what? You're here today. So you better feel blessed and highly favored. Why? Because you're able to and no, not too many other people have been able to do that today. There's been a few people that weren't so blessed to see the day. So you better run out here and make it the best day ever. You feel me? Huh? But while you at it, plan, plot, and strategize so that if you're so blessed to see tomorrow, you make it an even better day than today. Listen, huh? It's Friday. So thank God it's Friday type of day. It's feel good Friday, huh? Tonight will be Feel the Love Friday, but for right now, it's the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. And I don't care if you're leaving work, getting ready for work, unfortunately out of work, clickety clack, looking for work, or you're looking at your boo boo button thing, significant, insignificant other, or your spouse, and you like, I'm ready to put in work. The Good Morning Gang Morning Show is gonna get you right and ready. Huh? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Do your boy a favor, share this live if you would. Share this live if you could. Who we got in the building? King Skills, salute. Crack baby, Trick Baby is in here. Bree in the place to be. Connie Baptiste is in here. Who else we got here? Rest up. What's goody like the mob? Sexy Sugar Mama. She's in the building. The Frog. Red up. She's in here. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. The Berg. What's up with it, huh? Rich. We outside. Book up that part right there, huh? Who else we got in the building before I move forwards? Huh? Guess we moving forward. Shout out to everybody tapping in and tuning in, even from my pregame tailgate party on IG, Facebook, of course, YouTube, Twitch, and X, formerly known as the Twitters. You feel me? Formerly known as the Twitters. Y'all in the building. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We in here like swimwear. Listen. Before I go any further, do your boy a favor, hit that thumbs up one time for the one time. Boop, boop. And if you have not done so, if you've been living under a rock or wherever you've been, hit that subscribe button, something like this. Boop, boop. More importantly, hit that notification bell, something like this. So you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang Morning Show drop. Whenever Feel the Love Fridays drop. That's 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Or anything else that I put on this good big. You be amongst the first to know. You feel me? Listen, how y'all doing? It's Friday. We got a lot to talk about. Huh? We got a lot to talk about. Uh we gonna talk about the Diddy trial. We gonna talk about the Diddy trial, the Didster. Cassie, is she on the hook? Is she off the hook? Tory Lanez, they try to unalive that man. There's new evidence proving some innocence. Wag 100 speaks out. His lawyers speak out. Free Chris Breezy. He's an international locked up individual at the moment. There's some other things. But before I get started, let me give you this warning, huh? Let me give it to you like this. Warning. Federal law Title 17 USC Section 107 allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. Fair use allows for the quoting of copyrighted material in the creation of a new work for purposes including but not limited to criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use preserves the free flow of culture. You figure deal me, huh? We are here. Creole Cupcakes is in the building. She said, not the Diddy child. Trust me, we're not gonna stick and stay long on it. We're not gonna stick and stay long on it because it's been permeating the airwaves a whole lot, but we gotta talk about it a little bit. You said that what sounds like Sherry? Nah, actually, that's the homie problem, aka Jason Martin out the west side, out the west coast, whatever. The sound bite from him. I got to give all credit where it's due or whatever. But I can see where you could get that comparison from for Sherry. Lady Cosanita, good morning to you. I see you in the building. Salute. Listen, y'all share this live and share this live and better yet, share it one more again. You hear me? Because we about to go up. Let me put my banner on because there's gonna be a lot of allegedlys in this conversation. You hear me? A lot of allegations and allegedlys for the peoples. You feel me? Da 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 da. Where do I want to start? Being that it's Friday, I think I got to start off with I call this home team information because her son is graduating from Howard University, which is in D.C., Washington, D.C. She's from Maryland, which is in the D.C. area, the DMV area, et cetera, et cetera. But what the figgy was Tony Braxton thinking about? What the figgy was Tony Braxton thinking about? Hold on, let me move this up a little bit so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Tony Braxton, you almost got this Bama Hair Award for this outfit you wore to a prestigious, historically black college or university, a HBCU, on your son's graduation. Your son Diesel graduated. Shout out to Diesel for graduating, getting your degree from Howard University. But Tony Braxton, what the figurity do you got on? Huh? Some people will be like, yeah, okay, well, she could do that. Look at her body. But no, hell no, not at her son's graduation. LG Vaughn, what's goody like the mob, huh? Sharonda Bradford, I see you. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. You said she can't help it but to be sexy. She got it. Not in no effing college graduation. Tony going through menopause is brazy. Creel said, "What the hell, lady? A graduation is not a club." That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She was showing too much feeling, too much feeling at the graduate. She was doing too damn much. Too damn. I'm like, Tony Braxton. Ever since you, ever since you been, was dealing with Birdman, you coming out the closet with all kinds of things, huh? A whole lot of ooh. Girl, if you don't sit your ass down, Tony old enough to be somebody grandmama. You a sexy grandma, though. You a sexy little grandmama. But that was not the move. You'd have wore that to the Met Gala, they might have ate that up, maybe. You'd have went to the club, they would have been all over your cakes, all over your Bubba ones and thigh all of that. But at your son's graduation, listen, uh, I was like, man, from what I heard, Creole, allegedly her Birdman either got it annul or about to get it annul. But her dressing like this says a whole lot. Get your ass back out there to the streets. Huh? Get on out there to the streets. Sierra Bay, I'll see you around the way. D-Lo, good morning. GMG, huh? Himothy. Who else but Himothy? Good morning to you. Man, Lau, woo, what's goody like the mob? Tiffany, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Listen, Tony Braxton, if you don't sit your midlife crisis ass down and stop trying to be 50 is the new 22. God damn it. What the hell is wrong with you, Tony Braxton? The bird said, Tony said, all eyes on me, and definitely was. I wonder how her son felt about that because I'd have been pissed. I'd have been like, Mama, I love you. I love you. But if you don't take your Bama ass back home and change your clothes or go sit your ass in the car, I'd have went all I look, I got all due respect for my mother, but my mother would have showed up with her cakes out like that at my college graduation. Oh my God. Timothy said, "Whoa, don't disrespect Tony." Like, hold on, let me put this picture back up since you said I'm disrespecting her. Her, Timothy. Look at that right there. Hold on, let me turn off the goddamn comment. You see what the hell she got on? You see them thigh wise and all that? And that's not a whole that's not a some leggings. That's like a little shorts, a little underwear short type of thing, little lingerie shorts. Timothy said that's beauty. Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but for a college graduation for your son, Timothy? No. Creole said midlife something. I know that's right. Midlife something. Tony Braxton, you are a beautiful woman. Yes, you are. We cannot take that away from you, but not on your son's graduation. Because what you're doing is taking the shine off of your son and putting it on your behind and your thigh eyes, huh? It ain't your day, Tony Braxton. Is your son's day, and you got all the cameras, got clickety clacking, front and back, huh? Looking at you. What the hell is going on? Bree says she is a beautiful woman, but come on. I know that's right. Frank White, GMG, what's goody like the mob? Tony Braxton, you better get it right, get it better. God damn it. You from the DMV area. What the hell is wrong with you? Huh? Tony Waxted? That was whack, Tony. And I like your music. I think you're beautiful. You and your sisters. I think you're gorgeous. Well, god damn. Not on the goddamn. They was gonna look regardless. So then look, him and them, they was gonna look regardless, then her ass ain't had to do all that. Ain't had to do it. She ain't had to do all that, huh? Rest said, I like younger Tony better. Older Tony is a thought pocket. Allegedly. Allegedly. Connie said, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Is that Connie? Would you show up at your child's college graduation at a historically black college or university just like that? Would you do that? Connie, I know you got a little freak in you, but come on, Connie. There's a time and place for it. Huh? Huh? Terry show us goody like the mob. I'm over on the YouTube. He said Tony been fine though. She gonna stay fine, but she ain't had to be fine like that. That was come on. That was a little ghetto unfabulous. That was ghetto unfabulous what she did. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel people thinking too much into shit. Too much can people can see too much into it. That's the problem. People can see too much into. I'd have been my pictures. I'd have been sitting there. I wouldn't have been able to smile. I'd have been like, "No, my mother didn't do this motherfucking bullshit." My goddamn, this, because you gotta kind of remain respectful to your mother. That's your mama. Your mama. You got to remain respectful. But I would have, man, I would have been turning this way. I wouldn't be looking in her direction in my pictures. I'd have been holding my little degree like. God damn. On the day I'm graduating, this some of my that outfit is for other places, right, Frank White? That is for other places. Creole says, seriously seeking attention. He said Connie went to her son graduation in a two-piece. Ooh. She trying to celebrate both their accomplishments. Uh-oh. Terry Murray, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Salute, man. Yes, indeed. I appreciate that. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Phil, you got to remember Cougars are the new gems. Listen. Hey, Connie, I ain't got no problem with the Cougars. All that. I ain't got no problem with that, but it's a time and place. It's a time and place. So you saying, Connie, if the young girls could do it, then she should be able to do it, huh? But at a graduation, though, come on, Connie. See everybody talking about fags. She tried to celebrate both their accomplishments. Is crazy. Damn it, Jim. I would have told her to stay home just like, man. Hey, be low. Blow 1988. That's a fact. You know what I'm talking about? I'd have been like, Mom, we is not showing up to my graduation. Like, I'd have snatched my ticket right out of her. Give me my damn graduation ticket. It's sit down, mama. What was that? A purr? That was something Creole. All I was thinking about is a mountain lion, a cougar. You know what I'm talking about? What would they do? You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's cool to be sexy. It's cool to hang on to your sexiness or to embrace your femininity and or your curves or the good that God done bless you with. But there's a time and there's a place in which you are to exude that, protrude that, or you know what I'm saying, or show that. You know what I'm saying? And that your son's college graduation ain't it. It ain't. What's up with the ladies these days being over sexual these days? Man, listen. They said we coming out. We want the world to know. Listen, ladies, I'm not mad at you. My niece graduates Sunday and I'm wearing a very revealing lace. You're lying, Connie. If you do that, send me a picture because I don't believe you. Connie, I don't believe you. Connie. Connie, I don't be asking for things to be in my DM, but I don't believe you. And I need to see this outfit. This what you gonna do? And you're not gonna have no coat covering up and all that. I don't believe you. I won't believe it till I see it. Creole said, I love my sexiness. I know when to turn it on and turn it down. All right there, Creole cupcakes. All right. Right. There's time and place for everything. Bree said she was definitely meowing. Uh-huh. Okay, Connie, Imma hold you to that. I'm like, "Yeah, okay. You said you was gonna show out. What happened? What happened?" Connie gonna send me this dress that looked like she was going to church, long dress, going down to the ankles with the church hat, the brim going sideways to keep the sun out of it. That what she gonna show. Talking about, "Yeah, I'm gonna wear a lace jumpsuit." Girl, Connie. You ain't got the lie, Craig. You ain't even got the lie. The bird said Connie is a freaking gal. Listen, the spotlight was going to be on her anyway because of who she is, but that was just a little over the top for her son's graduation. It was supposed to be about him, not his mama. Sexy sugar mama. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. She wanted to wear that anywhere else. Have at it. Have to the awards, to the Met Gala, hell, to the grocery store, whatever she was going to do it. Have at it, Tony Braxton, but not at the damn you know what it looked like? It looked like she had on a skirt or something, and the skirt got ripped and accidentally ripped. And you know what she said? F it. I'm living La Vida Loca today. Rip. And it came out there like, yeah, it's me, Tony Braxton. Uh, it's been 7 whole days. I got my thighs and buns out today. Phil, you missed your chance. That could have been you walking. Shut your ass. She got divorce money from Birdman. She lit. Listen, I'm just saying, there's a time and place for everything, and that ain't one of them. God damn it. Hey, Diesel, congratulations on your your degree. Also praying for you, my brother. I'm also praying for you. Moving on from Tony Braxton. All three of her personalities were there that day, right? We moving on from that to also showcase. Hold up. Okay, here it is. Support Black excellence. This young brother Xavier popping his shiggity at his graduation and getting all his accolades and flowers as he should. Hold up.
Summa cum laude, honors in sociology, honors in mass communication, honors in political science, Xavier Exponential.
Thank you. Shout out to him. We need to salute stuff like that. Summa cum laude. And all the other accolades he got. That brother, yeah. Xavier, one time for the one time, huh? Make us proud out there in the world. You feel me? Terry Murray, you feel me? We need to salute stuff like that. Huh? I didn't see his mother up next to him in some damn uh little lace little booty shorts. I didn't see his mother up there showing all the good was. I didn't see all that. Huh? Did y'all see that? Cause I damn sure did. Huh? Oh, okay. We'll move on. But yes, you definitely have to support Black excellence, huh? Because they always want to paint the narrative and show footage of us with, dying, alive in each other, smoked out, things of that nature. We got to give props where props are due. You hear me? And as I receive good reports and things like that, I'm gonna help promote and push that. You hear me? Because we need to. All we got is us, huh? Rest of said I felt like that when I graduated kindergarten. That's crazy. Look, Terry said, good luck with those student loan repayments. I don't know, Terry, how you know he wasn't there on the full ride, the full scholarship? He graduated like that. That brother might have got him a scholarship or two. You feel me? Definitely shout out to him. Shout out to him. You hear me? Do 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 do. Now this next story though, this next story is a sad one. It's a sad one. I got to bring it to you though, because it is newsworthy and it's something to think about. It's something to think about far as the laws themselves. What would you do if you were in the same situation? Put yourself in the mindset of the doctors, put yourself in the mindset of the family. This one here is one of them ones, y'all. I was like, oh, I ain't never heard no shit like this. Look, Creole said, thank you to the scholarships. This beautiful black queen here, this beautiful black queen here. I don't know if y'all saw this story. I'm gonna read as it goes. This is such a heartbreaking story. A Georgia family is mourning the loss of their loved one despite her technically still being alive. Adriana Smith of Atlanta, Georgia, has been pronounced brain dead, but unfortunately, she's still alive due to her being pregnant. Because of her because of her pregnancy, doctors claim they cannot terminate the baby and take Adriana off of the breathing machine. So has to be kept alive until the baby can be delivered. Her family spoke with 11 Alive about how devastated they are to be in such an unfortunate situation. Her mother, April Newkirk, says that back in February, Adriana, who was 9 weeks pregnant at the time, was experiencing intense headaches. Her boyfriend took her to the doctors, but no scan was done, nor did they keep her overnight to examine the issue. The next day, Adriana's boyfriend woke up to her grasping for air in her sleep in what they believe was caused by internal bleeding. They took Adriana back to the hospital. Hold on. Uh oh. No, no. Okay, sorry about that. They took Adriana back to the hospital where doctors finally gave her a CT scan and learned that she had multiple blood clots in her brain. They originally were going to try to do a procedure to remove the blood clots, but they ultimately weren't able to do it. That's when doctors officially declared her brain dead. Adriana left behind a son who the family says believes she's just sleeping. My God. My God. Despite the declaration, Adriana is still being kept alive due to the abortion laws in Georgia that prevent the termination of pregnancies when a heartbeat is detected. So now Adriana's family is being forced to keep her alive until doctors are able to deliver the baby at 32 weeks. She's been breathing through machines for more than 90 days, Newkirk says. It's torture for me. I see my daughter breathing, but she's not there. And her son, I bring him to see her. She's pregnant with my grandson, but he may be blind, may not be able to walk, may not survive once he's born. This decision should have been left to us. Now we're wondering what kind of life he'll have, and we're going to have to be the ones raising him. My God, that is a very trying and sad story. Very sad story. You hear me? Yeah, I agree with you. That's a lawsuit, Connie. That's a lawsuit. Huh? That's a lawsuit. It's like, could you imagine that? Could you fathom that? If that was your daughter, if that was your auntie, if that was your mother, if that was your niece, if that was your woman, your girlfriend, your the one holding your child, could you fathom going through that? Oh my God. And then she got another son already, and they told the child that mommy's sleeping. Good God Almighty. Man, oh man. Beautiful girl, too. Y'all saw her, she was beautiful. Not a bit of ugliness on that melanin. You hear me? Sad thing, you know what I'm saying? I just ask that God, sends his angels to be of support during their time of dealing with this situation. Um, if I was them, I get a lawyer for the malpractice in the situation where they didn't do a scan originally before the blood clots hit her brain. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot. Sexy Sugar Mama said, praying for her loved ones and the child she'll never be able to care for. It's definitely heartbreaking. D-Lo, my condolences to the family. Listen, y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can, it's a lot of stories and things that are attached to a whole bunch of bullshiggery out here, right? And we gonna get into a couple of them, popular trending stories. But in this situation, it's like, damn, this girl wasn't a drug user. This girl wasn't out in the street. This girl wasn't, what I'm saying, in those salacious activities. This girl was just living her life and living it with her boyfriend or fiance or whatever he was, and they were raising a family, had a little boy already, and she was pregnant with the new one or whatever the case may be, and for whatever intent and purpose or however it happened, she formed blood clots, and now she's been pronounced brain dead, but because of laws, she can't be taken off life support, and because of where the baby is in gestation, I guess, whatever, but they don't even know if the baby will suffer any kind of deficiencies, defectiveness, handicaps or mental issues because of the things that went on with the mother, with the blood clots, lack of oxygen, et cetera, et cetera. Love Ariel. Good morning to ye. Hey, hey, music for God too. Good morning, darling. Oh, going to a convention. That's what's up. Des indeed. Part of that HR team is in the building, huh? What's goody like the mob? It's a sad story though, because it's like we hear so much of people getting unalived and things happening to them, and they may have participated or been in the wrong places at the wrong time in the streets or wherever the case may be, or people doing heinous acts. But this situation is such a terrible situation. And what could that girl have done to miss this from happening to her? Who's to say? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. So it's a rock and a hard place no matter how you look at it. I'm over on the good YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. It's a rock and a hard place because you what do you do in this situation? And you the family member or you the baby's father or whatever the case may be. What do you do in this situation? What do you do? And the hospital, because of Georgia laws, if you're from Georgia, maybe y'all need to think about changing some of these laws. Because what do you do? And who's gonna carry the bill? Who's gonna carry the bill for this bullshit? Who's gonna carry the bills for them keeping her alive, keeping her on the machines all that time? It sounds like she got a lot of time to go to be on that machine too. Ah man, God bless her family and may, like I said, may her family receive God's angels uh counsel and comforting. Y'all pray for that family. You hear me? Woo, and y'all pray that that child comes into this world healthy and whole. Because then that's a whole nother thing. Because if the baby's born and the baby has mental issues or physical difficulties or handicaps or disabilities or things because of the things that went on in gestation, who should be taking care of that child? Who should be responsible for that child? Who? Because of the laws of the state. Who? Something to think about, y'all. It's a rock, a hard place, and a pit bull. I ain't gonna hold you. And I know it's kind of heavy for a Friday, but you know I got to bring it to you like it is. It wouldn't be me if I didn't. You feel me? Some of them doctors don't know what they're doing, even if they have a degree. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, man. It is a terrible thing. Very terrible thing, man. Listen, I'm gonna get up off of that though, because it's sad. It is definitely sad. I'm gonna go here for a second, then I'm gonna get up off this. For all you Breezy fans, see Breezy, Chris Brown, him, whatever the case may be, he is currently locked up in the UK over an alleged situation that happened in 2023. 2023. Supposedly there was an assault. There was liquor bottles involved or champagne bottle. Boop. Allegedly, the victim or whatever got stomped out or whatever, or whooped, or whatever the case may be. And there was a couple years ago, Chris Brown's from the United States, so he's been back home touring or whatever, and he got approved a visa. He got they approved a visa to go over there, only to meet him while he was there. I come here, mate, come here, bloke, and lock him up. A lot of people were screaming, "Free Breezy, free Chris Brown." I don't know what the circumstances around this. I don't know if the beating happened. I don't know if he did the beating. Hey, Rocky. Hey, I'm over here on the YouTube. Come on over. I don't know if Chris Brown put his hands on dude. Some people in his camp did it. All these are allegations, so we don't know what it is or what's going on. One thing I do know, a lot of times people do things after they've been provoked. So we don't know what took place or transpired. They said positive. possibly a singer or something that C Breezy had a beef with showed up backstage at one of his shows, allegedly. We don't know, but get that man home. Get that man up out of UK or whatever the case may be, huh? They hold that man hostage. Hear me? They holding him hostage. Get him on up out of the UK, huh? Free Chris Breezy. I said it. I said it, huh? Love Ariel. She said, "Why do they keep doing him like this?" Ariel, you must be a C Breezy fan, huh? Is it the red? Is it the red? I'm just gonna say it's like nah. I will say this though. Listen, at some point, we got to take responsibility for our own actions. We have to take responsibilities for our own actions. You hear me? And stop putting ourselves in these type of predicaments and situations. Huh? You got to be careful. You know they got it out for C Breezy. It's been having it out for years. I think that this situation is nothing that a couple of dollars would take care of for whoever got oops upside their head with the bottle and or anything else in this situation. But we shall see. Y'all get that man a bond. Even if he has to sit down in the UK and can't leave the UK for a moment, get that man a bond. Let him get to the street. A little fight, little something, something. You know what I'm saying? We from America, we know what fights look like and all that. So come on, man. Come on, man. Let that man be great. But also, Chris Brown, hold responsibility for your actions, youngster. I know you're not that young no more. You old enough to know better. So keep yourself together. You feel me? Free Chris Breezy. I'm moving on for that, though. I'm moving on for that. Next up, I believe that's me. Huh? If you've been sleeping under a rock by now, if you've been sleeping in a cave, or you don't know what the hell's been going on, by now you know Tory Lanez was the victim of an attempted unaliving. He was stabbed 14 times while his current incarceration bid has been going 14 times in the back, in the torso, two on the back of the head, or in the head, and one in the face, or whatever the case may be. Forgive me for my vivid and not vivid, but you know what I mean for the way I'm describing this. 14 times this man took a hit or whatever the case may be. Both his lungs collapsed. God was with that man because he could have very well died right there on the prison grounds or in the hospital subsequently. I hear that he's doing pretty good, though. I hear he's pretty stable. I hear he's pretty stable. I smell a lawsuit. I smell a lawsuit. What people don't understand when these stabbings happen, the government is accountable because even though you're there for incarceration for punishment, it is their job to keep you safe and secure. And lack thereof are the grounds for a lawsuit. You hear me? A lawsuit. There's a lot of allegations, a lot of whispers, a lot of things being said, a lot of rumors as to what, the when, the where, and the why. They say on the one hand, some people feel like he been acting bigger than the system, bigger than the program. A lot of people say that's a lie. Some say that he flirted with some man's wife on a visit or whatever the case may be. A lot of people said that's a lie. Some people say this is retribution for him trying to get an appeal to get out of jail according to new evidence that has been presented that a lot of people questioned all along during the case of his innocence. Some people say that's a lie. We got people speaking out about that. We got him talking about it. We got his lawyer talking about it. We got Whack 100 talking about it, huh? Tory Lanez, I hope you're healing up wonderfully. I hope that whenever you're able to be released, it doesn't affect your music or the way that you're able to sing or your vocalities or whatever the case may be. And you already got a hell of a law team. Go ahead and put that lawsuit out on that penitentiary. Tell Tehachapi. Go on, put that lawsuit out on them because yeah, they got some splaining to do And from what I'm hearing, Tory Lanez has been out here doing well, I ain't gonna say out here, but in there doing a great work for a lot of the inmates, helping them with calls, helping them with money towards families, helping them with paperwork getting filed and other things. Not on some extortion type stuff neither, just on some grown man business. Not on him being extorted, but on some grown man business. Somebody like that, the black card is gonna stand up for. So whenever that jail, if they have not gotten off a lockdown yet, there's the there's the great possibility that it's gonna go up. There's the great possibility that that penitentiary is gonna go up once they come off a lockdown for this shit. Trust me, they probably done shook the jail down, shook the penitentiary down probably about 10 times already because they already know what it's going to be. Yeah, they wanted him unalive with that one. He in California, Creole at Tehachapi. Do we have the details why he got poked up like that? We don't have full details. It's a lot of speculation, Terry. They said he was shooting at the guy. That's what I heard too. But they said that's a lot to it. You definitely don't play them games in jail. Frank Murphy, DC Mumbo Sauce, salute. Yeah, you don't play them games. You don't play them games on the street, let alone in jail. Huh? Three sides to a story, his side, her side, and the truth. That's a fact of mundo. Whack always yapping, but I think he kind of right with a lot of the things he's saying on this one, Sierra Bay. I really do. I really do. That sound like somebody hating heavy, man. Listen, I'm gonna let him from his own voice tell you what was going down. Uh, what's going down as far as the evidence and things that went on in this case. And y'all can make some analogies or some thoughts on it yourself. Hold on, here you go. Check this out. Huh?
Four contributors on this suspected gun.
Hey,
90%
lady,
contributor on this
come on over
gun
to YouTube.
is a male, and the rest of the percentages of this gun are two females and another male. None of those four people are my DNA. So I am 100% excluded, not inconclusive like they said when I was in trial. I'm 100% excluded from this gun when it comes to DNA. My fingerprints are 100% excluded from the magazine, from the gun, from the bullets, from anything that has to do with this gun. Cedars-Sinai Hospital, with the help of LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department, for those who don't understand the abbreviation, together they have put on my discovery that we have lost the bullet fragments. Well, if you lost the bullet fragments, then you can't even attach this gun to the alleged bullets that allegedly hit the victim in LA County. So we can never, ever grab the gun and do any retesting. The LAPD made sure to seal the gun so that there would be no retesting on this gun. When we went into court and we put these things in and said, hey, like, we're factually innocent due to these facts, the court said, you know what? We're going to consider that because there's good reason appearing on what you're saying. My judge, Judge Harringford, Judge David B. Harringford, I watched this man literally look at me and say, so let's just say I'll take the DNA evidence to be real, and I'll say that it's true. He said this on record, by the way. It's in my transcripts. He says, I'll take the DNA evidence to be true, but I'm going to say this. At the end of the day, even if I take it to be true, that's not a big factor in his case. That's not why he got convicted. Brother, what the fuck are you talking about? My nigga,
the whole thing.
What the fuck is you talking about, my nigga? Because that's the whole case.
Man, the judge said, if I take that to be true, matter of fact, I'm going to take it to be true. But that ain't even a factor in this case. How, Sway? If his DNA ain't on the gun and they said multiple shots went off, The DNA ain't nowhere on that pistol. The DNA ain't on the magazine, and the DNA ain't on the bullets. And now they done lost the bullet fragments and made the gun unusable. The prosecution, police, whoever made the gun unusable, which is highly suspect right there, for so that it can be tested again. There's a conspiracy going on. Then the girl allegedly, the girl Kelsey Harris, the good girlfriend, came out and allegedly said that she did the shooting. Allegedly, that's what I'm hearing, right? That she did the shooting. But I'm gonna let Tory Lane's lawyers speak, huh? I'm gonna let them speak. Y'all pay attention.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Hey, Leasia, how you doing, darling? Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. Angelo Mo, I think that I appreciate that. There was a situation of him making some apology that was recorded or something, right? And it's that apology sat with me all this time, right up until now. And I thought about it. I said he might not have. People were trying to say he was apologizing for shooting or whatever, right? And I don't recall him saying that, but I was thinking about. I said maybe he was apologizing for the actions and activities that led up to it all, because they say he was cheating and doing a thing or two at the pool part in the hot tub or whatever with the women's or whatever the case may be, flirting with maybe Kelsey and somebody else, who party they was at, whatever the case may be. And he maybe was apologizing for that because it seemed like he really did care. Y'all can hear me now, right? Y'all can hear me now? Tell me y'all can hear me now. Hello, hello. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, all right, cool. He might have been feeling some remorse or feeling bad that the whole situation happened off of the strength of him, you know, cheating or flirting or whatever it was he was doing, right? But I think that was used against him in his court case or whatever the case may be. But as somebody that's unfortunately been involved with the court system, how can you shoot somebody 3 times if you ain't got gloves on and your fingerprints, your DNA, sweat, whatever the case may be, dry skin, dead skin, whatever, nothing is on that gun at all? And supposedly y'all tussled over the gun or something? And he fired the gun. How is his fingerprints not on the trigger? How's his fingerprints not on the side of the gun, the butt of the gun, anywhere on that gun? How? That's virtually impossible. Unless the type of gun that he had a type of polymer or material that doesn't hold fingerprints well. But they said that there was fingerprints, I think, on the gun, and they also said there was DNA on the gun, but none of which was his. That would make that virtually impossible. And I think if I'm not mistaken, the GSR testing, I don't think he had gun shot residue on him. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. See, everybody said nope, just kidding. Charlie Hustle, good morning. I could be wrong, but I think that the GSR report even says that he had none on him, but she had some on her. And then they gave this Kelsey girl immunity. Why would she need immunity if she didn't do anything? Why would she need immunity if she did not do anything? Make that make sense. And why did they want Tory so bad in this situation? Why did they want him out of the way in this situation? If this is true, if this is true, these things are true, free that man. I wonder if he would have a case for wrongful prosecution. I, on top of the attempted unaliving. If this is true, are you all gonna hold Megan Thee Stallion to blame? If this is true, are you gonna hold Megan Thee Stallion to blame? No, we're not blaming her for getting shot, Mumbo Sauce, but if she lied about who did it, then that's the problem. Creo said, "R.I.P. to the baby toe." Listen, even Whack 100 chimed in on it, right? Before I play that though, ladies and gentlemen, everybody tuning in, the couple of people that's watching from IG, here Facebook, here YouTube, Twitch, X, formerly known as Twitters, do your boy a favor, hit that thumbs up. I want to menage with the algorithm. I know y'all got love for your boy, but there's so much more of me to go around. Perjury, that's a fact, Angelo Mo. But hit that subscribe button as well. And more importantly, hit that notification bell like so you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang morning show drop, whenever Feel the Love Fridays drop, which is tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ladies and gentlemen. And then, matter of fact, anything that I put on this good big filthy channel, you be amongst the first to know. You hear me? Now listen, I'm gonna play this video for Wag 100, a very controversial individual, but whose ear is tapped to the streets out in the West. His ear is very much tapped to the curb out West. So he would know before a lot of other people know what's going on. You hear me?
I told all y'all close to a year ago, well, even prior to, Tory didn't shoot that girl. I told y'all, Tory did not shoot that girl. All y'all that was pro this, pro that, now y'all got to pay attention to the bigger play. Y'all heard the lady. See, I didn't know nothing about the security guard coming forward telling the truth. I knew that the DNA came back 100% not him. And they kept it from him doing trial and they used the other one. That said it could be, maybe it can't be. It was 3 tests. 2 of them came back 100% not him after the fact. I told y'all Tory didn't shoot that girl. Then the day after, they go submit the new evidence of the security guard saying he witnessed who pulled the trigger. Tory get hit 14 times. I told y'all Monday, I said somebody sent that at him. I talked to him too much. His spirit, his soul, his attitude. I'm listening to people come to his door when he on his little iPad talking to me. Everybody helping, every 10 out of 10 people. Hey, Tory, you think I'm going to make that call. Hey, Tory, thanks, bro. That happened for me. I'm hearing it. You're not going to get me to believe he just done jumped up. He knows appeal date is coming up. And now he tripping. He ain't side with no Crips, with no Bloods. He went in there being Tory Lanez, tending to his business, found a way to help the people on the yard that could never get no help. Nah, man, y'all got to pay this some attention. That lady, she got a point. A day after we submit, after they submit, that we got the security guard saying he witnessed who fired the gun. We got this dude right here ain't nothing about this dude talking about this other bozo talking about Tory disrespected dude's wife on a visit. Man, get the fuck out of here. That ain't even Tory character. That dude, that social media dude, everybody need to unfollow and block dude. You in violation. You a Northano telling us what a Sudanio did with a brother, with a non-affiliate brother. Come on, bro. Who paid you to do that? Who paid you to do that? Free Tory. Bro, be home. That which couldn't kill him only made him stronger. Stay tuned.
He said that which couldn't kill him only made him strong. What? You feel me? What? Yeah. And again, I say this, you know, you can say what you want, whack 100 this, whack 100 that. He a troll. Some of y'all say he working with the people. Some say, but if what you can't say is he ain't tapped into the street. 1, 2. Uh, the evidence being presented is very profound, very profound. And again, I'll say it again, if his fingers ain't on the gun, the bullets, the magazine, or nothing, and then all of a sudden the fragments or bullets are missing, all of a sudden the gun is useless, meaning it can't be tested again. There's a conspiracy. It had them things don't. When guns are put in the evidence, they are not handled or made to be unfireable, especially during a case, nor after a case that's appealable. It does not happen unless somebody purposely does it. We know that there's a machine behind Megan Thee Stallion. Now we're not going to discredit her from getting fragments or bullets directly in her feet or whatever the case may be. We're not going to do that. But Megan, you got some explaining to do, Lucy. What? You got some explaining to do. What? Yeah, you got some explaining to do, Megan. Is how the hell your ass gonna get up and adamantly say he did that to me if, if he didn't do it. If he didn't do it. I'm just saying. Whack from is from he's from Pacoima, Creole. He from Pacoima. Ariel said that's why Megan really stopped being that girl's friend. She already knew too. Yeah, just said, I love this. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Sereno. And the Spanish dude that put this report out about the supposedly him flirting with the man's wife is a Norteño. And Norteños and Sureños don't get busy. I mean, don't vibe with each other in California penal system. Anybody know the Norteños bang red, the Sureños bang blue. They don't vibe together. The Norteños get they tied up with the Nuestra Familia, and the Sureños are tied to La M, the Mexican mafia, and others. It don't work like that. So that's why I tend to agree with Wack when it comes to that information, because it don't sound right. Like how you gonna get how you gonna know Sereno business like that? How you gonna know some? I mean, they talk, people talk. So let's be clear. It does sound like an assassination attempt, don't it? Can they charge her friend? Unfortunately, Creole, they can't because they gave her immunity. They gave her the immunity unless there's a way to rescind that immunity. If she purposely lied about her involvement in the case and they can prove that beyond the preponderance evidence, they can rescind that immunity from what I from what I know. But I don't know it all, so don't hold me to that. But they basically effed the case over by giving her immunity. And the fact that they gave her immunity and the fact that they put out resources for this, they wanted somebody dead to rights. They wanted somebody guilty of this thing. Creel said red and blue makes purple. I'm just saying. Creel, if you don't sit them cupcakes on down somewhere. Listen, but it got the world a buzzing. It got the world talking. It got everybody saying this, that, those, and the third, right? Even they got the Harlem homie and comedian Ray Ray. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen a video too about the homie Ray Ray on them IG streets, TikTok somewhere, YouTube somewhere. But he even put in his 2 cents about this situation with Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. Phil, sounds like you've been in this since I've been around a little bit, Terry. I've been around. Unfortunately, I've been around. But yeah, even Ray Ray had something to say. Y'all check this out. It's a little bit more lighthearted, but what he's saying, yeah, stand on that, Ray Ray. Stand on that.
We need that foot right there, man. I swear to God, if it really comes out that Kelsey shot you, we need that foot. However much time Tory just did, that's how long you got to go without a foot. Because 9 times out of 10, it's coming out that you might have lied about him. Damn, you look good, man. Why you had to do bad? Like, it ain't like you whack or nothing. You really fire, but it's like you doing this to Tory, you're not fire. So, man, all I had to do was get a little bit more lit to get you, and you go do some stupid shit like this. Like, God, yeah, because you out here telling on people. Think good looking for stopping me. But look, we're going to need that foot right there. You want us to redeem you want to redeem yourself with us and want us to forgive you? We're going to need that foot for at least the next 2 years, and you walk around without a foot.
Shout out to Ray Ray. Listen, he said, we going to need that foot. And listen, you ain't going to be able to walk around it for the next couple of years. Sierra Bay said, we all gang affiliated in California. I ain't gonna put that on everybody, Sierra Bay. You know what I'm saying? There's a few individuals, a lot of people are affiliated or related to or deeply involved or whatever the case, generations deep, whatever the case, but I ain't gonna put that on everybody in Cali. Now, I ain't gonna do that. Right. If if what they're saying is true, Creole, if what they're saying is true, doing that to an innocent person is evil. That's a fact. Did she lie or was she mistaken? Free talk. Hey, Momo Sauce, let Momo Sauce. You got a crush on Megan, homie. You got a crush on Megan. Did she lie or was she mistaken? That is a good question, though. That is a good question, Mumbo Sauce. Butter, make it make sense. Low key with it says crazy when Chris Brown said free toy, he got locked up the next day. Yeah, no bull. Bullshiggery. Terry said, "We been said Tory was innocent." He said, I'm married. Hey, homie, listen. We could dream. Dream, 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 dream. You feel me? He said, I'm married, Slim. Hold us. She lied. They all lied about that night. That's a fact, Ariel. The streets been buzzing about that for the longest time, though. To keep it a buck. A lot of people, we on these internet streets, we get our assumptions, our speculations, our opinions, and all these things. But the streets been saying this for the longest time, or whatever. And it actually caused wedges between people. No, no, he did it. He did it. Lock his ass up. He didn't do it, man. Let that man free. It caused a lot of dissension and debates and arguments and things of that nature. I wonder how a lot of these staunch supporters of Meg, who's like, yeah, lock him up, he did it. I wonder what they're thinking now. I wonder where their thought process is and how they are gauging this newly publicly released information. Huh? Terry Murray, you can't say believe men. You can't say that now. We can't do that now. Some men ain't right, just like some women ain't right. We can't do that now. However, I wonder how some of those Megan Thee what they call them, what they call it, stagionaires or something. What is Megan Thee Stallion's little hive called? Whatever they call. I wonder how they feel about this information. I'm saying they were all drunk. Phil. She got shot. It could have been wrong. A shot came from behind her. Maybe she ain't think her friend was. Y- Good point. That's a good point. But then you can't get on social media and or court or whatever and adamantly make it seem like he did it though. That's dead ass wrong though. Everybody involved with Tory should be charged at this point. That's a fact, Sierra Bay. That's a fact. You can't without a shadow of doubt get on the stand and say, yeah, I think, I believe, I feel like, or I saw him do it. You can't do that. You can't do that and stand there on that if you didn't see it done. Now, now she very well could have been in a mind state like F him because she felt the way about how she perceived how he carried himself at the party and the flirting or cheating or whatever the case may be. She might have did that, but that don't make it right. That don't make it right. Some people say, well, that's what he deserved. He wasn't cheating. If he wasn't flirting, if he wasn't, it wouldn't have to go through. Maybe, maybe not. But but it still is wrong to if all this evidence is true, to give that man a case, to get him convicted, to put him in a place where at any moment his life could be threatened, and or to have his life almost ended being in a place that he should have never been in the first place. Right. And the Creole said, hell no, it's either a solid yes or a no. You hear me? But at the end of the day, the day gonna end. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. Ah, man, we gonna move on. We gonna move on. I'ma stand on it and say, man, if that evidence is what it is, free that man ASAP like rock. Tory Lanez, your father, law team, and all them sue the hell out of Tehachapi Penitentiary State Jail, whatever it's called. Sue the hell out they ass. Sue California government, huh? For not having a secure facility, for not securing your safety while you're being incarcerated, huh? Sue the hell out of them. Anyway, moving on with the move on. Oh, oh, oh. Diddy trial underway, ladies and gentlemen. Diddy trial underway. And thus far, there's been fireworks sparked in debate over this case. A lot of people saying, it ain't no Rico. They was just freaking in a mug, and there was a lot of DV going on, domestic sugar day going on. I beg to differ, though. I beg to differ. You know me, I got to beg to differ, and I ain't begging about nothing. Creole cupcake, sit your ass right there, huh? Sit them cakes down before I make change. Don't be running. I ain't gonna be long on this. I ain't gonna be long on this pause. But what I need y'all to understand is this, right? Some people saying, but she already got a bag. She sued him. Why she testify? Why she in the case? It look away against her. Some people say, oh, she was involved with the freak off. She called this person and that person got some supplies and all these things. They say, oh, she was a little freaky too. And while all those things might be true or are true or both, does not mean she was not the victim of course domestic violence, because we seen the video and that new release of the whole 15-minute clip is worse than the clip we saw months ago, because some people was trying to thought that, well, maybe she attacked Diddy and da da da. It ain't show none of that. And this is where women that have been or are in a DV situation should be speaking up, because there are a lot of women that have been or currently are in DV situations which have not left their situation out of fear for their life or other reasons. And I think it's unfair that we try to villainize her for being a victim in these escapades. Even if at some point at times she was with the program, if at any point she stopped being a part of the program and didn't want to do any of these things, then it becomes something else. It becomes something else at that time in that moment. And this freak ass knuckle right there, him, the diddler like the sea mine on his titler. Man, that brother got issues. Put other people's ejaculations on his nipples is brazy. Take that, take that. There's a whole nother meaning to that now, man. Listen, understand something. What people don't realize is when she filed that civil case, it was so detailed that he was not going to be able to get around a lot of that information. Because if he would have fought that civil case, there's a thing called deposition, to which he would have been questioned on the record. He would have had to answer questions on the record that he would not have wanted to answer about putting his hands on her and a lot of these freak out them type of situations. He wouldn't have wanted to do that. I see what they said is her text though, Terry Murray, but that's subject to context. That's subject to context. Because if you ever known anybody to be in a violent or DV situation, they're gonna pacify the person they're with. They're gonna do things that they think that the person they're with will be pleased with, so that that person will not beat on them or do other things to them. So you really gotta understand the mind of a victim. I'm not condoning, nor am I saying that she's not guilty of certain things. And here's the caveat. Going back to the civil situation, she admitted in her civil situation that she did certain things. She also painted a roadmap, basically a manuscript as to a lot of things that went on and included other people's involvement that ties into this whole equation. So the fact that he settled it within 24 hours of her presenting this thing not only showed the government, the feds, as well as the court of public opinion of his guilt, Because even if he would have paid her off and let it wait, like he didn't even really give it enough time to get effective counsel around it, far as my understanding, to sit on and say, should I fight this in court? Should I da da da? It seemed like probably the companies that he was tied to said, you better settle this. His lawyers that he had at the top right said, you settle this. And other people said, sell it off the break. And his dumb ass wrote that damn check off the break. What that did was it gave validity to a lot of the rumors and a lot of the whispers and a lot of the things that's been said about this man. So thus, bringing it to this case that's going on now, it makes a lot of sense that they subpoenaed Cassie and brung her ass into court to testify. I don't know if they've given her um, immunity in this case or not. I don't know that. But I do know that they definitely want him more than they want her. And and people say, well, her involvement makes it a little rocky, a little shaky. That's also the reason they put her on the stand first, or one of the first people to get on the stand. Let me say that. One of the first people to get on the stand. They did that because they knew that jurists, people watching, defense would really have some questions as to her involvement and where things lied or lay in their situation while they was together and how much she was really a victim or not. However, I believe that the Pandora's box is just cracking open. I believe that these next few um victims and or witnesses and or people that they're calling in will probably have more damning information than even Cassie about the Cassie situation and about all these freak offs and things. Here's another catalyst. The 1,000 bottles of baby oil that was on the wall, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That's still in question. It's still yet to be determined if those bottles were tainted. Because if those bottles of oil were tainted, you can seal this case shut and he will be found guilty. Especially if it's GHB like they was saying. Especially that. Again, people, Terry, you must have read my mind. People are asking, how is this racketeering? When you have somebody of power or some people of power and they utilize people around them by way of force, influence, threat, or coercion, that's what racketeer influence is. So if he had Cassie in a state of mind, fearful of her life, now mind you, she's tried to leave before. Y'all saw her leaving and got her ass whooped there. They say there's been times worse than that, to where she's been snatched up either from the hotel she was in, off the street, or at her residence and taken to a place and held there. That's kidnapping beyond her free will, that he's messed her face up and have contracted doctors to privately check on her, sew her up, fix her up, and kept her in a place while she allegedly healed. If that be true, the doctors now play a part in this RICO. The security that or whoever he hired to go grab her up play a part in this RICO. Anybody, label people, his personal assistant, the cleanup team that cleaned up after these freak offs and other disasters become a part of the RICO. Anybody that's been complicit, seen, heard out of their own ears, direct things, become complicit and part of the RICO. Now, a lot of y'all, did they? I don't know, Love Area. I don't know. I lost my train of thought when I saw that. Now, this is not your normal Rico in a sense that we're familiar or we think about. Because usually we think about gangbangers, we think about mobsters or mafia or drug lords or things of that nature. Racketeer influence means racketeering, means what it does. And then the other side of the Rico, I just talked about the re, let's talk about the co. Let's talk, it says criminal organization. If you, as the head of a company, through and by your company, puts on parties and events that involve criminal activities, the drugs, the drugging allegedly, the alcohol allegedly, the violence allegedly, the coercion allegedly, car bombings allegedly, kidnapping allegedly, and possible unalivings allegedly, that's a criminal organization. That does a RICO make, because you have for there to be a RICO, there has to be people colluding, people coming together to break the law or sweep the law under the rug or make things disappear or do things underhandedly. And you have to tie that with some sort of violence. Some sort of violence. There's a reason why they put Cassie on first, because they have to also paint the picture of Diddy as not being just a stand-up man or just a stand-up business owner. That he has the propensity for violence, he has the propensity to act out of character, that he has the propensity to do certain things. Hey, Sabrina C. The allegations that he drugged people or had people drugged. Not only from possibly baby oil, but one of his security guards, and I think it was a Mark Curry or whatever his name, said that when they would be in the club, they had 2 sets of champagne bottles. One set that was for the models or whoever the females that would come into their section to drink, and everybody else was not to touch those for certain reasons. And then the other champagne that Diddy and all them drunk. They probably gonna call him into court, Mark Curry. Now, if she was with it all, but hold on, Charlie Hustle. If you want to say she was with it all, if you want to say she's not a victim in no capacity, if you want to say that Cassie is just as culpable as Diddy, if you want to say all that, what you got to say about the next person that's allegedly is and supposedly is taking a stand today? Who is that? Bum, 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 bum. Don Richards. Don Richards is purported to be taking the stand today, ladies and gentlemen. If not already up there now, sometime today. Don Richards from Making the Band and from Danity Kane. Aha! Aha! And from Dirty Money. We want to do Dirty Money with them. Who who came out and said certain things about this case, who her bandmate has been caught up in controversy. What's her name? Esther, whatever, Estelle, whatever her name is, of taking phone calls of Diddy to try to make sure that she either don't say nothing or she keeps her mouth shut or that she, you know, speaks on his behalf. Part of the reason that the phone calls from jail that he had. Don Richards is up. Don Richards wasn't his girl for 10 years. Will Q from day 26, will he testify? Who knows? Who knows? That's a fact. Flying out people with the intention to pay for sex is a crime, fellas. Be careful. That's a fact, DC Mumbo Sauce. And if they brung some of these male escorts, females, or whatever the case for these freak offs from one state to the other, that's federal. Not only that, they said they were holding some type of auction, allegedly, and dignitaries and foreign and international dignitaries and and powerful people were bidding on women that they wanted to be with for the night. That's illegal in the state of California. I believe it's illegal in the state of Florida. I believe it's illegal in the state of New York. Notorious, hey, hey, said Aubrey might be testifying today too. Oh, hey, Vader Wade, stop playing with me. Vader Wade is over here on IG talking about Phil, where you testified. I heard you was at some of them parties. I never would I have been, never could I have been. Nah, I would have never. D Blade, good morning from that good H Town checking in. Nazia, peace, God. I see you. So if y'all want to hold, and that's the reason why they put Cassie on first. Y'all, a lot of y'all was like because of her pregnancy. That ain't had shit to do with nothing. The fans don't get shit about that. They put her on first because they knew there would be some troubling responses and or information given out about Cassie. But what it did was help to pick some foundational evidence allegedly or thoughts in the jury's mind, the judge's mind, and the theater of public opinion as to who this man really is, or part of who this man really is, allegedly, right? Now you're gonna have Don Richard, who's supposed to be taking a stand. Maybe Aubrey's gonna take the stand. Now I believe Aubrey's gonna take the stand at some point. Will Farnsworth Bentley will he come out the woodworks? Because there's been some allegations came out about that brother, and yeah, they say he done stole a couple things, but they say that he was part of the twist up as well. I don't know. But if y'all think that Cassie was the crux of this whole thing, she was a very integral piece of it getting filed, these things getting filed and all that. Because I bet you the feds was on this and mounting this up, and they probably were part of the catalyst of her filing her civil case. They needed certain things to be in place so that they can go forward and get these warrants and get this case going. And I keep saying this: if the Pandora's boxes blew all the way open, and some of these allegations of past violence and past things come to light, I'll be sure. I'll be sure might be testifying. And if that's right, Charlene, that's me. She said that Cassie was just a small piece of the puzzle. If Albie Shaw testifies, if they open that can of worms as to the possible unaliving of Kim Porter, that's going to open a whole other can of worms. That within itself is a RICO. That within itself is a RICO because allegedly the medical examiner in the Kim Porter case has been attached to a couple other things, but said certain things, went on record about certain things, got called to the house before the man got the police got there, allegedly, if I'm not wrong, and pronounced her dead and said it was certain thing, which is your ass backwards. The medical examiner does not show up to the scene of a unaliving or accidental death or nothing first. Never. Never. A seemingly healthy woman to succumb to pneumonia. It's like a lottery's chance of winning. J Lo ain't testifying. Who knows, Sierra Bay? Who knows? Who knows? What if that lady gets subpoenaed? The one who got shot in the face, who's saying that all along she been saying it was Diddy that actually did the firing, not Shine. What if Shine is called back to question? They say Heavy D's death is questionable. Phil getting his information from those magazines in the supermarket. Nah, Zia. I actually do know some people that's tied to this situation, believe it or not. He might not be guilty of everything. He might not be guilty of all things, but he's gonna be, in my opinion, allegedly, he's gonna be found guilty of enough that's gonna sit him down for a second. I'll say that much. And if y'all think that it's solely because of Cassie, whether she was complicit or not, you're sadly mistaken. That's a fact. Charlene said there are so many facets to this case that I can't see him getting off. There's so many pieces, so many parts to this situation. We're going to see, yeah, Heavy D. The Kid Cudi situation. The Kid Cudi situation. Y'all talk about racketeering. How does that make a racketeering? If they can prove that his car was tampered with and blew up out of out of him having some kind of relation, whether it was a business relationship or personal relationship with Cassie because of his doing, that's racketeering influence criminal organization. That's a RICO. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't do it himself. I'm pretty sure he didn't go and attach no bomb to no car himself. He paid or have paid somebody to pay somebody to do it. That's the organization. That's the RICO. That alone. They say he hung people from a balcony. Some say a woman, a friend of Cassie's. Some say there's a rumor out there that it was Wale, or that in another instance, Wale got hung out a window. So much so that Aunt Glizzy, for those that know Aunt Glizzy, he does troll, he does bid, he does talk about a lot of things. But back then, he was the muscle for Shy Glizzy, and they were all looking out for Wale as well as doing work with Wale or whatever the case may be. Shy Glizzy was, that is. And they were in a studio session, supposedly and allegedly, where Diddy and his security came through, walked past them, and went to the balcony and hung somebody from that damn balcony. Allegedly. That's a RICO. That's part of a RICO, allegedly. If that's true. Love areas. Either way you put it, he guilty. He guilty of something. And if y'all think he's solely guilty of just domestic violence, you crazy. Terry Murray said, but that's all speculative. That's why we got to wait to see what the total evidence lays out, Terry. You're right. A lot of these are assumptions, a lot of these are speculations, a lot of these are allegations. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, Terry Murray and anybody else that really doubts this case, why is his friends, peers, equals, and high ups not coming to bat for him? Stevie J, silly behind, spoke up for him for a second. Now he shut the figure up because he might be included in this bullshiggery, huh? Why none of why none of Diddy's bandmates, artists, producers, fellow record execs, and higher ups are coming to bat for Diddy? Not even his mentor, Clive Davis, is speaking out for Diddy. Nobody is speaking up for this man. That is paramount within itself. You don't even hear Mary J. Blige speaking out for that man. You hear his mama speaking out for him, but that's his mama. She's supposed to do that. Kim Porter can't speak out either way. Why? Oops. God bless the dead. She's not here. They say Andre Harrell's passing was kind of peculiar. There's a few other execs and people around the industry that got unalived or passed kind of crazy or whatever the case may be. They're attributing to ties to this situation. Allegedly. Allegedly. If they wanted him for racketeering, he was in the limelight for 30 plus years. I don't think it's any solid evidence beyond a DV. Terry Murray, you got to understand, and I said this online the other day. Partially the reason why they had different days. Good morning, gang. Reason why the Homeland Security came to raid his house and not the FBI, DEA, or ATF or the U.S. Marshals came to his house. It was Homeland Security, right? Allegedly, there's been rumors that he's had not only local but state and also some federal law enforcement on his payroll and or involved in some of these activities, freak offs. So if you got people on your payroll in important places that can make things go away, make things appear like they never happened, or sway eyes other ways in investigations, that'll be part of the reason why for 30 plus years that wouldn't what you call it. Hey, Stephanie Maxwell, good morning, Phil, and everyone else. This case with Sean Combs that he put himself and others that's involved, he's guilty, a lot of stuff, but the rest is crazy, and I stopped following. I respect that, Stephanie. How you doing this morning? Nazir said, I heard Diddy had aliens at the freak off. Allegedly. I'm about to get off of this, but if Don Richards testifies today, that I would love to hear the or read the transcript from that one. If Aubrey comes out and testifies, I would love to hear that. I'll be sure, bro. He got a lot to say. And allegedly, there's some text messages, some things behind that situation. We shall see. Whether y'all think he's guilty or not, let this be a cautionary tale for people who esteem, dream, or wish to be in his shoes, far as being a mogul, far as being a powerful businessman, far as you might got some freaky fetishes that you like to entertain or whatever the case may be. How to and how not to uh handle those things. And hey, Keisha Hall can have herself a ball. I see you in. If nothing less, know that with great power comes great responsibility. And with holding great power requires a lot of humbleness, a lot of humility. Because a great leader is only as great as they are of a servant. I say this all the time. As great of a leader as somebody is, they must also be a great servant. Serve others. What about Clive Davis? Where's his accountability? That's what I said, Keisha Hall. Clive Davis ain't even speaking up for Mr. Diddy. Ain't even. Who came up with the freak off term anyway? Someone has probably registered that phrase. That's a fact. That's a fact. So whether you think he guilty of something, whether you think he guilty of everything, or even if by some strange chance you think he's guilty of nothing, just understand, let this case, let this situation sit in your brain and let it hold you and keep you accountable for your own actions and let it stand as a blueprint of what to do and what the hell not to do. Even if you don't get to his level. And if y'all think that this is just a DV issue, you sadly mistaken. Excuse me, my allergies bother me. I'm gonna move on from that though. I'm gonna move on. I got one more thing to bring up. I got one more thing to bring up, and then I'm gonna open the floor, whatever. Y'all know I do a segment called This Bama Here, right? This Bama here, and even this female that's responded in this situation. Both of these Bamas get it for this episode. And it deals with colorism. It deals with colorism. 2025, we need to be off the goddamn colorism, period. Love the skin you're in. Whether you and no shame or shade to anybody of any other racial or ethnic group. I'm talking to my brothers and sisters at the moment. We need to be off that colorism. I don't give a damn if you damn near albino or French vanilla light, or if you blue, black, dark as night, dark as charcoal, or any shade in between. Love thyself and the beauty that comes with that melanin. Melanin. You hear me? I'm gonna play this and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to the conversation.
This Bama here.
Um, but the dark skin, I'm a light skinned guy, so I like light skinned people.
I've been outside a lot, so I'm usually lighter, but I wanted to get in touch with my melanin, so
Okay. Hey, you're doing a good job. Doing a good job, baby girl.
toasting. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's go here. Your name.
The fact that she tried to justify or make an excuse for her skin being toned the way it is, to say I'm usually this, or that to me that was the dumbest response. Now fella, now slim. Everybody can you can have a preference. I'm not saying nothing about preference. I'm not saying nothing about preference. Your preference can be your own, but to get on a show or something that's going to be projected out to the public in some capacity, social media, YouTube, whatever the case may be, and perpetuate the dividing and differences between us as people is stupid. You can very well be light skinned and like a light skinned girl, or like a dark skinned girl, or be a dark skinned girl that like a light skinned fella, or whatever the case may be. That's your choice. Don't put down nobody else of your culture, of your race, of your creed, of your ethnic group because they're lighter than you or darker than you. That's stupidity for 2025. That's stupidity for 2025. There's just as much beauty in a blue black from the motherland dark sister as it is from a fair skinned light skinned sister, or a caramel complected to a milk chocolate sister, to a butter pecan, to a toffee, to a whatever shade or tone you might be as a man or woman. There's beauty in it all. There's beauty in it all. Sarah Lynn, her response was definitely more disheartening. Definitely. That's what made me pick that clip for this Bama here, because I was like, wow, wow. It goes to show that we have a lot of insecurity still yet to be dealt with in our community. I don't care who you attracted to. Be attracted to whomever you are. That's cool. But you shouldn't have to put down any other skin tone to justify why you like what you like. Like what you like, love what you love, fall in love with whomever, no matter the skin tone, no matter the sexual orientation, no matter the financial status, no matter the class or level that that person is at. Fall in love with who, or weight, or whatever the case may be. Fall in love with whomever you like. But just because you only like certain colors or certain skin tones does not mean that you should put it out there like other skin tones are less than. That's a fact, D Blade. Ain't nothing like a beautiful sister. I don't care if you're lighter than light or darker than dark. God did a wonderful thing when He created you. I say that. But if you have to put down your sister or your brother because of their skin tone, that's a foul thing. And you need to check yourself for your thought process. And two, from that lady's response, there's a lot of ladies and men that respond similar. They need to check themselves on insecurities and um, feeling like they gotta appease somebody else's liking. Because honestly, that sister look like she could have did a lot better than him anyway. But who am I, right? I guess I'm being uh prejudiced in the situation because I think she could have did better than him anyway. I'm just saying. People without God or any navigation in life are doomed to drift. That's a fact. That's cool, Creole, and it's okay not to be attracted to him. But if you're not attracted to him, don't mean you have to put him down just because you're not attracted to him. That's my thing. You don't love who you love, like who you like, be attracted to whom and what you're attracted to, no matter height, weight, size, skin tone, finances, whatever the case may be. Love who you love, like who you like, court date who you want, marry who you want, be with whoever you want, live salacious even with whoever you want. But don't put down everybody else just because. You just don't have to be interested. You don't have to be interested. Because let's be clear, just because somebody's light skinned, somebody's dark skinned, somebody's brown skin, or any of the variations in between, don't mean that they're attractive to you just because they are the skin tone that you might even gravitate towards. Let's be real and let's be honest. There's some ugly ass light skinned people, there's some ugly ass dark skinned people, there's some ugly ass brown skinned people. Everybody ain't gorgeous in that way, but your melanin on your skin is beautiful. The melanin on your skin is beautiful. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your tone. And if somebody tries to make you feel away because they don't like you because you're a little bit lighter or a little bit darker than what they used to, let them don't cower down and where I'm usually lighter. Or I just got a little tan right now. Understand that's their loss and treat it as such. Hold your chin up, girl. Hold your chin up, homie. That's their loss, not yours. And if they're that shallow to where they don't see your inner beauty or whom you are on the inside and can't admire whatever beauty you have on the outside, then guess what? That's their loss. I'll play it again. I'll play it again.
Um, but the dark skin, I'm a light skinned guy, so I like light skinned people.
I actually have been outside a lot. So I'm usually lighter, but I wanted to get in touch with my melanin. So
Okay. Hey, you're
get a
doing a good
little
job. Doing a good
sun
job, baby girl.
toasting. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's go here. Your name.
He said, I'm light skinned, so yeah, I like. It's cool to like whoever you want. That's not my thing. Love who you want. No matter what the orientation is, what all these things, right? You like it, you love it, right? Have at it. Ain't my life. I ain't got to live with it or live with you or date you or be with you because of your preferences. So have at it. But just stop putting us down. Stop putting us down because we light skin or because we're dark skin or because we're brown skin or any of these things. To me, that's stupid. In 2025, it's stupid. There's bigger fish to fry. There's other people trying to hold us back, hold us down, take away rights, rewrite history, remove history, put us in a place that we sitting here in 2025 worrying about. Hey, you not light enough. Hey, you not dark enough. That's stupid to me. That's stupid. If you only see the frame, you'll miss the painting. That's a fact. That's a fact. Terry Murray definitely brazy in 2025. He's definitely a Bama. She a Bama too, though, Connie. She a Bama too for her response. He's a Bama and she's a Bama. Would you like to be a Bama too? Right. He don't even look light skinned like sexy sugar mama. Talk about it. He don't even look light skinned for real. I light skin. You got people that are peanut butter complected and toffee complected talking about they light skin. That is a effing problem. They already misconstrued in they mental piece. Oh, Tiffany, thank you. Ain't no mine, ain't no seed. Marquis daughter, thank you for the super chat. Character holding their hands together saying thanks. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate you. Oh, sugary. It must be a good Friday. Shit. Right. Where's he light skin? My mom made sure to raise us to appreciate and be proud of our melanin. and I'm making sure to do the same with mine. That part notorious. That part. Charlie said, "Weird ass ninja." Tell that to all the African and island people using bleaching creams on this. That's a fact. That's a fact, Sarah Lynn. To me, that's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. And that's why that dumb chick don't have a man. And that's why she on that type of show finding a man. Aha! Stephanie, aha! Talk about it. Terry said he's like childish no Gambino. No Gambino. That's right, Charlie Hustle. Beauty comes in all shades and colors. That's a fact of mundo. Somebody just might not be your cup of tea or cup of coffee because you know some people like their coffee black, right? Some people like a little bit of cream and sugar in their coffee. Some like a whole lot of cream in their coffee. What you like is what you like. But just because you like your coffee a certain way, you're not gonna sit there and just turn your nose up at somebody else, you know what I'm saying, drinking coffee just because it ain't just like yours. You just not gonna drink their coffee, right? Same thing with life. Same thing with life. We got to start loving each other. You hear me? We got to start loving each other. That's a fact, Creole. That needs to be done away too. It's a light skin thing, and it's a dark skin thing. It needs to be done away with. I do understand being attracted to a certain look, but anyone can tell and see what's beautiful. That's a fact. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to do away with somebody have a personal preference as to what they like or what they're attracted to. What they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So whatever it is that you're attracted to or whom you see as gorgeous or beautiful or handsome or whatever the case may be, pretty, whatever, cute, whatever, that's up to you, but you shouldn't have to put down nobody else because of if they don't fit that mold. They're just not for you. They're just not for you. I've been over that license complexity when I was a teenager. Shit, I'm looking at a person who looks like me for who I am, not my skin tone. That listen, Stephanie, talk about it. Talk about it. Whether you're lighter than me, same complexion as me, a little darker than me, or a whole lot darker than me, don't make you a better person nor a worse person than me. You got flaws like I got flaws. You got uh, greatness in you like I got greatnesses. You got great qualities in you and characteristics. I do too. We human. We got to get past the bullshittery. That's it right there, sexy sugar mama. Be happy with the skin you're in. He doesn't love who he is. That's why he's saying something about her complexion. She was trying to get his attention, and she made herself ignorant right along with him. That's a fact. That's a fact. Baby girl, whoever that girl is, he was just not for you. He was just not for you. That's it. My light skin is exterior. Love me for my interior. That's that part right there. And his ass needs to grow up too. I really couldn't get into that show. It's too shallow to me. That's a fact, Stephanie. And from what I could see from the video wasn't the best quality. Before I see she wasn't an ugly girl. She looked nice. She just made herself look stupid and shallow when she made the response she did. Well, I usually lighter, but like, girl, if you don't shut your ass the hell up, shut your ass the hell up. And for that, that segment gets this Bama here for both him and her. Maybe even that show too. Why not? But definitely for him and definitely for her. They get the This Bama Here award. It's a bit, hey, Vino Diva, it's a bit of a problem in the culture too. Families treat their fairer child better than the darker children in the family. Yeah, we got to stop that. And I've heard instances where it's been the reverse. Like a dark skinned family treated a lighter child like an outcast. We got to come to grips that we come in all shapes, sizes, and hues. All shapes, sizes, and hues. And we're all beautiful people. We come from the same tree. We come from the same tree. If we can get that through our thick ass heads, we would be all right. If we could learn that, stand on that, and live with that, that no matter what shade you are, no matter how tall or how short you are, how fat or how skinny you are, or in between, we all come from the same tree. Get over the bullshit. Get over the garbage. Melanin is a superpower, no matter the complexion. Talk about it, Nazir. That's it right there, the bird. What God has for you is for you, no matter what skin tone you're. Hello, hello. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You hear me? I felt in my spirit to leave that one for the last one. I see nobody camed up. It's good, so we can get up out of here. Y'all know what I like to say, ladies and gentlemen. Smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, include yourself. Hey, T Hustle, good morning. T516 NYC. You never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose with purpose. You love on somebody on purpose with purpose. All this damn skin tone bullshit ain't about nothing. Ain't about nothing. Last but not least, you are not backstage notorious. You don't never care. Stop playing with me. I'm not anti you, but I am pro me. But my emphasis is on us building we togetherness. Let that marinate in your thick ass head and in your melon. To the next time we can chop it up and have a tay to tay until that day. Y'all know what I like to say. Hi, good people. I holla.
OGMG, we're one big happy family. We're GMG, one big happy family. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend, tell a friend. It's GMG and Big Phil Speech. Yeah,
Y'all indeed have a blessed weekend. I'll see y'all on these IG or internet streets somewhere, somehow, some way. I pray that y'all make it back to see me on Monday morning uh, for the Good Morning Game Morning show on Monday. But I also pray that y'all are available to come see me tonight, 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern, I mean, excuse me, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Feel the Love Fridays. Grown and sexy, salacious conversation. I'm out. Y'all be blessed.